It's Momentum Monday on Math Science History. I'm Gabrielle Burchak, and I'm going to take one idea from the world of math and science and put it into your work week. Okay, here we go. If you caught my Pride Month special last week, you heard about Paul Erdős. He's one of the most prolific mathematicians who ever lived. And today, I'm going to borrow one specific thing that he did, running it through modern neuroscience and turning it into a practical toolkit for your week at work and at home. So let's go. Paul Erdős maintained a list of hundreds of unsolved math problems at any given time. When he hit a genuine wall on one, he didn't stare at it. He moved on to another problem on the list, giving it his complete, undivided focus and trusted that his brain would keep quietly working on the first one in the background. And it's not multitasking. This distinction matters because the neuroscience on multitasking is clear and it is not good. Rapidly switching between tasks simultaneously can reduce your cognitive productivity by up to 40%. Your brain isn't built for it. But what Erdős was doing is called interleaving, working deeply on one thing at a time, but across multiple projects throughout your day or week. Research shows that stepping away from a stuck problem and focusing elsewhere reduces cognitive fixation. And as a result, your brain keeps running the problem in the background and you come back even sharper. So, the process is to address one problem at a time with multiple problems across the week. So, what does this actually look like from Monday morning? All right, here's your first tool. Build your Erdős list. Start the week by writing down 3 work challenges. Not tasks, but challenges. Not a task like send the report, but rather a challenge like figuring out why the team keeps missing deadlines. Not a task like replying to your emails, but rather writing down a challenge like working out how to approach that difficult conversation with your manager. These are examples of Erdős problems. They're ones that require real thinking. They're not just doing. And using only 3 challenges is just the right number. If you have fewer, you don't have enough to rotate, and you have more than 3, if you have more than 3, then you're just spreading yourself way too thin. Okie dokie, tool number 2, the 45-15 block. This is a method that I started to use in college. Like students today, I was working full-time, taking on a full-time course load, and this process gave me the best return on my efforts. Here's the method that I used. For each of your Erdős problems, work in 45-minute focused blocks. Put the phone away, turn off your notifications, and focus on one and only one problem. At the end of 45 minutes, stop, regardless of where you are. Then spend 15 minutes on something completely different that involves a task, like walking to get some coffee. That's important. Doing a quick glance at your emails, going through your task list, or taking a short walk. That 15-minute break is not wasting time. That's your brain doing its background processing. Then, after that break, pick up the next Erdős problem with the fresh 45-minute block. You might find that 2 or 3 of these cycles before lunch is an extraordinarily productive morning. And now, this leads to tool number 3, the thinking walk. And honestly, I think it's one of the most underused cognitive tools available to all of us. Just take a walk without the earbuds, just walking, seeing the neighborhood, listening to the birds, and just walking. The brain's default mode network is a system that activates when you're not focused on an external task. Research on this shows it is deeply involved in creative problem solving, future planning, and making sense of complex emotional situations. So, as a result, a 20-minute walk with nothing but your thoughts is valuable time. It's focused thinking by another name. So, try assigning one of your personal Erdős problems to each walk this week. Don't force it. Just let your mind wander in that direction and see what comes up. We'll be right back after a quick word from my advertisers. All right, tool number 4, the wall log. All right, ever hit a wall? I do all the time. Keep a small notebook or a notes app open while you work. So when you hit a genuine wall on a problem, not boredom, not distraction, a real wall. Write down exactly where you stopped and what the sticking point is. Make it 1 or 2 sentences maximum. That's it. Then you move on to the next problem. When you come back, read your wall note before you start. You'll find remarkably often that your brain has something new to offer you on the exact point where you got stuck. This is the background processing made visible. It's really cool. We're kind of like computers. In fact, we're better. Tool number 5, the end of day briefing. So before you close your laptop, spend about 5 minutes writing 1 sentence about the current status of each of your 3 Erdős problems. This isn't a to-do list, it's a status sentence. Like, for instance, you have a deadline. You write the deadline problem. I think it's a communication gap between departments, not a motivation issue. Or let's say you're going to have a manager conversation, right? I still don't know how to open up the conversation without sounding defensive. This 5-minute habit does 2 things. First, it gives your brain a clear, specific problem to run overnight. And second, it means Monday morning you're not starting from scratch. You're picking up a thread. Research on memory consolidation shows that the brain processes and integrates information during sleep. I like this one. The more clearly you define the problem before you go to sleep, the more useful that overnight processing tends to be. Erdős worked across time zones and slept in other people's guest rooms. It's a great story. You can do this from your own desk. So, what about at home? This one's a good one. Some of the most important problems in our lives live outside the office, and they deserve the same quality of thinking. All right, so tool number 6, the personal Erdős list. Separate your work list. Keep a personal one. Again, 3 is the right number. This might be, let's say, a relationship dynamic you haven't figured out how to address, or a big life decision that you've been circling, like a career change or asking someone to marry you. Oh, I love those. Or what about a creative project that's been waiting for your attention for months? Write them down. The act of naming them clearly is itself very powerful. You are taking vague anxiety and defining it as a specific problem. And specific problems can be worked out. I love that. So on Sunday, tool number 7, the Sunday setup. This one's my favorite. On Sunday night, take 10 minutes, just 10, no more, to review both your work and personal Erdős lists. Cross off anything that got resolved. Add anything new that needs thinking. Rewrite any problem whose framing has shifted. First, checking things off is very rewarding. It's a rewarding process in and of itself, but this is not just a to-do list review. You're also tending to your challenges, making sure the right questions are active in your mind as the week begins. Erdős spent decades doing a version of this. He kept his problems alive and always simmering, and he trusted in his own intelligence and insight that movement would come, not by forcing it, but rather by staying in the relationship with the question and the challenge. So the problems you carry matter. The ones you name, the ones you tend to, and then return to are the ones that get solved. So, here's your challenge for the week. Pick 1 or 2 of these tools and try them out. Don't do all 7. That's a bit overwhelming. I know you're an overachiever like the rest of us. We're all overachievers, right? Okay, so that's why we're here. But trust the method. Pick 1 or 2. Make them a habit. Then add the following week a few more. Within 3 months, these small shifts will add up to a productivity overhaul that doesn't just solve this week's problems. It builds the kind of momentum that keeps working for you long after each Monday. So that's the Erdős method, and that's your momentum for the week. Happy Monday! And until next time, carpe diem.